This video introduces more formal written methods for multiplication. This method follows on from the grid method. We're going to start by multiplying two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. 32 multiplied by 3. The way we lay this out, we have our tens and ones, and we put the 32, the 3 tens and the 2 ones in the appropriate columns, and we're multiplying that by 3 ones. We always start with the smallest value column, so here we're starting with the ones. We're multiplying the 3 ones by the 2 ones, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we put that 6 in the answer in the ones column. Now we're multiplying 3 ones by 3 tens. What we're really doing here is saying 3 times 30, but because this is a more efficient method and it's meant to be quicker, you can just say 3 times 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, and if you put the 9 in the tens column, it still represents 90, and your answer is 96. Here's one for you to try. 23 multiplied by 3. Pause the video, have a go. Setting this out again, 23 is 2 tens and 3 ones, and you're multiplying that by 3 ones. Starting with this smallest value column, that's the ones, 3 ones multiplied by 3 ones. 3 times 3 is 9, and that goes in the ones column. Now we have that 3 ones multiplied by the 2 tens. What you're doing here really is multiplying 3 by 20, but you can just say 3 times 2, because when you get that 6, it'll go in the tens column, and it represents 60 anyway. So your answer is 69. This one's a little more tricky because the numbers are bigger and it'll require some carrying. So we set this out the same. This time I've added a hundreds column because we're going to need that in our answer. 45 multiplied by 4. Again we start with the ones column. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 is a two-digit number, and we can't put a two-digit number in that ones column. In the number 20 we have no ones, so that's what goes in the ones column. And we have 2 tens. We carry that over, we put it underneath because we're going to add that to the next column. Looking at the next column, we're now saying 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, but remember we have to add on that 2 that we carried over, which is 18. Again, we can't put the whole of the 18 in that tens column. We can put that 8 in the tens column, and then we put that 1 in the hundreds column, and we have 180. And here's another one like that for you to try with some carrying. 63 multiplied by 5. Pause the video, have a go. Again, we're going to need a hundreds column here. 63 times by 5, starting with the ones column. 5 times 3 is 15. Again, with 15, you have 1 10 and 5 ones. So we put the 5 ones in the ones column, and the 10 we carry, and we're going to add it when we multiply the next column. The next column, we now have 6 times 5, which is 30. We're adding on that 1, that's 31. Again, with the 31, we can't put all of that in that column, so we put the 1 under the tens and 3 in the hundreds. We have 315. This time we're working with numbers that need carrying, and I haven't put in the notation for the place values, and I've taken out the grids, so you need to make sure you keep each digit in the correct column. 86 multiplied by 8. 6 times 8, that's 48, so we put the 8 in the ones and carry the 4. 8 times 8 is 64. Add that 4, that's 68. so the whole of that 68 goes in there. 688. And here's another one like that for you to try. 85 multiplied by 6. Pause the video, have a go. Starting with the ones, 5 times 6 is 30, so we put in the 0 and carry the 3. 8 times 6 is 48. 48, add the 3 that was carried, is 51. So we put the 51 in there, and that's 510. Usually there will be word problems associated with these multiplication problems. So here's a couple of examples. Annie has 86 wooden blocks. Ben has 4 times as many blocks as Annie. How many blocks does Ben have? With these problems, you need to be able to identify that it is a multiplication, and you need to be able to identify which numbers need to be multiplied. In this problem, we know that Annie has 86 wooden blocks. Ben has 4 times as many. So the calculation will be 86 multiplied by 4. And then we just do the calculation as usual. 6 times 4 is 24. Put the 4 in the ones, carry the 2 tens. 8 times 4 is 32. Add the 2 tens that we carried, and that's 34. And we put the whole of that in there, and the answer, Ben has 344 blocks. And here's a similar one for you to try. Will has 48 crayons. Georgie has 6 times as many crayons as Will. How many crayons does Georgie have? Pause the video, have a go. Will has 48 crayons, so we're going to be multiplying 48. Georgie has 6 times as many as Will, so we'll be multiplying that 48 by 6. Starting with the ones, 8 times 6 is 48. Put the 8 ones and carry the 4 tens. And 4 times 6 is 24. Add the 4 we carried, that's 28. We put in that 28. Georgie has 288 crayons.